Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me get situated. Take me just a minute. Okay, so let me move this out. So, I want to show you guys how to draw sacred geometry. It's very easy to learn how. Hello, Amanda. And I want to show you guys so that if you want to do your own art, you can do that. So I'm just going to hop in. The tools that I'll be using is a compass. I have it, this one's metal. I can tighten it right here so that it's harder to push and pull out, because you need to maintain the same size of your circle. So the first thing is going to be putting your point end in, and I suppose about any size circle is fine right now. And we're just going to do a circle. Oops. Oh shoot. Okay, hold on. Sorry. I usually have wood underneath because the point sticks into the wood, but right now I just have a table. Okay, so here's our first circle. What we're going to do next is any point on the outside of the circle, any point on that line, we are going to stick in our point. If you want this to be positioned up and down, you can draw a line and you can put it on that line. So I'm just going to pick somewhere on this circle. I'm going to stick it in. And with the same size circle, I'm going to draw another circle. Sorry, you can't quite see that. Okay. So this is called the Vesica Piscis. I'm not going to go into all the different lore of sacred geometry. I'm specifically just going to show you how to draw it right now. So this is our original circle, and this is our second circle drawn. You can see they overlap in two places. Those are going to be the centers of our next circles. So we're going to take our point and we're going to put it in one of those connections at a time. So I'm going to do this one. And then I'm going to do the next one right over here. Yeah, see, it slips. I do need to find a wooden drawing board soon. It really, really, really helps. Oh. I think I may be lagging. Let's see. Looks like I froze up. Oh, is it back? Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Still learning this. Okay. This is our original circle. These are the 3 circles around our original circle. We're still going to be looking for those points of intersection on our original circle. So the next 2 will be right here and right there. So that's what we're going to be doing next. Okay, and then our next one right there. Shoot. Okay, as you can see, we have one last point right there. Those 2 circles I created perfectly show that last point that's needed. So we're going to do that. There we have it. This is the seed of life. There are many, many different things that we can do with this. There's things that we can do that are leading up to this shape. So that's what I'm going to be showing right now. Let me grab a piece of paper. Where are my scraps? Oh, take it on the floor. Okay. So we're going to go back to the Vesica Piscis because I'm going to show you something interesting with that. And I'm going to draw kind of big circles here. Okay. And then I'm going to do one on the outside right here. Okay, so a couple interesting things about this one. Usually I would do this part with pencil, but to show you guys, I'm going to be doing it with pen because the pencil does not show up as well on the video. So I'm going to take this point down here, I'm going to put my point into there, and I'm going to mark a little notch on that circle right here and a little notch on that circle. Let's see. What we can do with this is we're going to take this point and we're going to connect them to our 2 notches. Okay. Well, let's do the other. And then let's connect the bottoms. You can see it perfectly went through that right there, that That is a sign that you did very well. Another interesting thing we're going to do with this is that we're going to go back to this point, and you can see that where this triangle intersects with the circle, that's where our pen will go down. And we are going to connect it to the other side, like that. I'm just going to flip this over for ease sake, where you're going to take that point and do that. So that's just something interesting with the Vesica Piscis. I believe this is the album cover for one of the Glitch Mob's album. I'm not sure which one. So let's move on to the Triquetra. For this one, I think I need to use pencil, or else it will be a little too confusing. Hopefully it shows up for you guys. Just putting my pencil in. I like to do it about the same level. It's easier that way. Okay, so we're just going to make 3 circles the way that we started to make them. Okay, my paper is bent a little bit. It's okay. Let's make the first circle. Oh, thank you, Amanda and Rad. Okay, yeah, you guys can see that. Good. Okay, so I'm gonna make my second circle anywhere on that circle. Okay, and then we're going to make our third point. Okay, so this is the basis of our Triquetra. What we're going to be doing now is we're going to be shortening the length of the compass. So I'm going to put my point in this point, and I'm just going to shorten it to the width that I want the Triquetra. So I suppose that is good. So I'm going to go ahead with my point in this original point. I'm going to draw a circle that's slightly smaller. And I'm going to go back to all 3 points and draw that smaller circle. Okay. Move it around. So you can see the Triquetra in here. You can include these outer circles, but mostly what I've seen is it kind of cuts them off here. And we're going to be doing an over-under pattern. So I'm going to be switching my pencil out for the pen. And I like to go back with the compass and not do freehand, just because I really like the precision and accuracy of the compass. If you want to go back freehand and draw that in, totally fine. It's just personal styles. Okay, so I'm going to put my point back into this one. I'm going to line my compass up, barely almost touching the paper to make sure it's in the right place. And this first crossing, I'm going to do this over, and you'll see that. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to shorten it up to the other length. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to flip this and do the same thing. Okay, and then move it out. So we have that second over. Rotate it. Let's do the same thing. Shorten it up. Okay, so there we have our basic crossings. I could have done the rest originally where it was, but I just wanted to show you that part. So we can go ahead and finish this. And I'm going to stop my pen at the top of these points so that you can see. Oh, also, I am going to stop my inner circle at this inner crossing. I'm going to stop my outer circle at the outer crossing. Okay, there's one done. Actually, I just realized when we're at this spot, we can cross over to the other side. And do that one. Okay. It takes some meditation to make sure your pen is going where it needs to go and stops where it needs to stop. And you get better over time. And we'll go on to our next one. Okay, let's erase the pencil. Oh, sorry, it's shaking the camera. I apologize. Okay, so now you see the Triquetra. If you want, you can maybe put little dots or something. To show the shadow. It's been a while since I've done dots, so um, anyway, gives it a little dimension. Okay, so let me pull out this. I'm just going to show you a few things we can do with a seed of life. So the first thing I'm going to show is that, as you've probably noticed, this seed of life, if you connect the ends of these little flower petals, it creates a hexagram. I'm so glad, Amanda. It is so fun. And there's so many different things you can do. I never felt like I could do the normal type of art that everyone or that other people, other artists enjoyed doing. And I always felt that I want to do art too. And I found this and it was like, oh my gosh, I can create mandalas with this. I can do so many different things. So anyways, yeah, I really enjoy sacred geometry. So we're gonna connect the ends of these petals to show, oh, that was not great. I'm sorry. That's better. It's been a while since I've been drawing, so it takes a little while to get back into the rhythm, to get back into the accuracy, and a lot of it is about meditation and being in the present moment, and you get immediate feedback if you're not in the present moment, because you can see your line is not where it's supposed to be, or it's this is how I draw and do my meditation. It gives me direct feedback, and I have something beautiful to show after. So you can see the hexagram. So I'm going to show you something a little interesting. So yeah, it's not quite big enough. I'm gonna grab the Sharpie. That will be better. I like these compasses because you can fit a lot of different types of pens. So I can fit a Sharpie in here if I kind of shove it in there. It won't go past this, but it will fit Sharpies, which is very nice. Okay, so we have the circle around the hexagram. The interesting thing is if we expand this circle to the outside of this circle up here, I'll show you. The interesting thing is this bigger circle is exactly twice the area of this smaller circle. I think that's interesting. So let me get out the Sharpie. It's kind of hard to get out once I got in there. Okay. Let's see. Oh, and I use micron pens. They're very, very nice for this type of drawing because they're archival ink and they dry almost immediately. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Gary. So the next thing we're going to draw is a cube. So I'm going to show little dots for the points that we're going to be connecting. We're going to connect the center dot to one of the intersections over here. We're basically going to be playing with all of the intersections around this inner circle. So I have 4 dots right there. We're going to be connecting those. Okay, so we have those 4 connected. Our next 3 going to be right there, right there, right there. So we're going to do 3 vertical lines. Okay, so we have our 3 vertical lines, and then we're going to connect these 3 bottoms. Okay, there we have our cube shape. Let's see. I'll just fill this in real quick. because it's fun. I really like these Sharpie metallic colors. They're very, very good on smooth paper, like Bristol paper. They are really, really beautiful. Oops, I went out a little there. Anyway, so you can, see, let's do the top. Okay, anyway, so we have our cube. Let's do, one interesting thing is the Star of David. So we're going to be playing around with our petal points again. And what we're going to be doing is connecting one point to the second over. So this is the first over and then the second over. So it'll be second over, second, second, and just keep going around. I'm going to do this with pencil to show something else. So we're going to be connecting this point to that point. Oh, shoot. Okay, so we basically have our Star of David right here. What I'm gonna do, it might be a little hard to see because it's kind of small. I'm going to be putting my ruler along vertical points, and I am just going to notch just some type of length. Maybe I'm gonna do, maybe, let's see, I'll do 2 notches down. 2 notches. So I'm not sure if you can see, I have these little points inside, and I'm going to do that for the rest. So I'm going to do 2 notches inside, 2 notches inside. Okay, I'm also going to be connecting these notches. I'm hoping that my phone battery, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna die soon, but if I blink out, that's why it died. I don't have electricity up here, so I have to charge it and then bring it back. Oops, that's not great. Okay. That's a little better. So let me bring back, so you can kind of see we're making a smaller shape on our Star of David. And then what we can do is do the over under pattern and have it kind of 3D. So I'm just going to just do this by hand just to quickly show you. Okay, so you can see I've left some spaces to show the over-under pattern. Let's see. What else? Okay, let me grab another piece of paper and I'll do one more thing and I will be done. Just to go back, so you see if you have, oops. If you have just a single line shape, oops, I think okay, we're back. Sorry, I was lagging. If you have a simple line shape, you can, like I did, I measured along the centers and then I marked inside that shape. And so you can create kind of a double inside and then you can do the over under type pattern, whatever way you want to do that, and you can create more of a 3D shaped object. So I'm going to show you something that's looks more like a mandala, and you'll be able to experiment with it yourself and create your own mandala. Okay, so I'm going to start with the seed of life pattern. I'm going to do this a little bigger. Okay, so there's our seed of life pattern. Oh yeah, I love the spirograph. It is very fun. But I had this craving. I want to do it myself. How do I felt like there was an older thing to it, and there is, and sacred geometry is like the basis of spirographs. But anyways, so I'm going to show you a trick. Let's see. I'm going to draw a straight line. No length in particular. I'm going to show you how you can divide that line in half only using a compass. And I know this is like super boring geometry stuff, but it has great uses when you start making mandalas. So my points are going to be at either end of this line. My circle is going to reach farther than the half point, and it doesn't matter how far. You'll see. I'm going to do it just a little bit past that midpoint. And you can probably guess when I do it on the other side that my lines are going to intersect. We can use a ruler now, and we can mark exactly the halfway point in between my line. My line divided in two. So let's do something similar. How do we translate it to this? Let's divide a curved line into two. So my curved line, the end segments are going to be here and here. I'm going to do a circle that I know is going to be slightly larger than this midpoint. So I'm going to move in my circle. Oops. Ah, okay. Here we go. That's definitely past that midpoint. Okay, so if we take our ruler, we line up those intersections, we can mark. This is exactly halfway in between these 2 points. So you can do that with any curved line that's uniform, its curve is uniform. An easier way to get the midpoint for the seed of life shapes is you might be able to see it, this point up here, this point in the center, and this point down here is one straight line. So let's line those up. And let's do our line, okay? Let's do that for the others. And you can see I'm dividing halfway in between these 6 petals. So we're going to rotate it. We're going to line up these 2 points. And again, it went through the exact center. Do it one more time. Okay, so we have successfully divided this original circle into 12 equal sections. So let me show you what it looks like when we take this original circle size and now we make 12 circles around one circle instead of 6 circles around one circle, because the seed of life is the 6 circles around the one. So I'm going to put in my pen so it shows up really nicely. This is going to be the last thing that I'm doing, and then I will be saying goodbye to everyone. I hope you guys are all having a great solstice. It's solstice today. Okay. So I'm not going to draw this center circle. I'm not going to draw it with my pen. I'm going to leave it out. I'm just going to start, being a start with this one. But I'm going to make sure that the size of my circle matches those original circle sizes. Okay. Now let's put our point in one of those new sections that we made. And we're just going to be going around the circle with our 12 points. We're going to be going to our next one. Oops. And then you can see that the circle lines up with that line that we made. I'm gonna rotate this a little bit. Okay, I just did that. Okay, so there we have it. This is the 12 circles around that original circle. Um, you can keep dividing this original circle into more divisions, and you have to work with a bigger space for the detail to come out. But I love working with huge pieces of paper and really getting super detailed. um, the last thing I'll show you with this shape is if we put our center on the center of the circle. It's kind of hard to see now, and our length is going to be at the tips of these petals. And now you can probably see this next layer of petals, and we're going to keep doing that. And the next one. So you can see there's lots of different shapes. You can create, this kind of creates um, these up-shaped petals. And they run, diagonally, as you can see. And then there are the down type triangles. So you can play with these shapes, color. I like to color, like the triangles dark and then do colors on the up petals or the opposite. But you can see kind of this, it really feels like there's movement in these shapes. It feels like, yeah, these shapes are going down, these shapes are coming up. It's really interesting. To me, sacred geometry shapes feel alive. The torus, these shapes just feel alive to me. It's really fun to play with them, really fun to color them in. It's fun to make your own mandalas. So I will be showing more things like this in the future. I've had a lot of fun doing this. Thank you so much, everyone who showed up. Deborah, Amanda, Gary, Rad, thank you very much. Um, and I will be doing the flower of life for the next video. I'm not sure when that will be. We might play it by ear. All of you, goodbye.